Before you start planning for next year's goals, I want you to pause and ask yourself real quick, does my money feel clear or does it feel cluttered? Now, if you answered cluttered, this video is your reminder that a financial reset is in order before the year ends. Now, okay? So, hello, my name is Chika, and I help growth minded entrepreneurs simplify their numbers, strengthen their systems, and build their business with purpose. If you're ready to lead your business with courage and with clarity, then you're in the right place. Now, if that's what you want heading into 2026, having the courage, having the clarity, the understanding to really just build and grow your business the way that you want to, then you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with other like-minded business owners. Now let's get into it. So in this video, we're going to talk about 3 signs that your business needs a financial reset. And we're in November. So I'm talking about having this reset now before the new year sneaks up on you. So let's get into it because you've got work to do. So sign number 1 is you're making money, but the money is disappearing. You don't know where it's going. So does this describe you? Here you are landing clients, they're coming to you. There's no issue with getting new clients. You're generating revenue, the business is making money, but at the end of the month, you're wondering, dang, where is my money? Where did it go? Now, this is not a spending problem. This is more of a problem with your systems. Your systems are not aligned in a way that tells you the truth about your money's flaws, where the money is going. And so, what you might be doing that is leading you to having this disappearing issue is yes, you check your bank account, but you're not checking your reports. You're not checking your financial statements. The bank account, yes, is going to show you how much cash is in your account, and that's great. But just because you have money in the bank account doesn't mean that your business is profitable or that you're in the green each month. And so bank account alone is not enough. You need to ensure that you are keeping records of what's coming in and what's going out so that you know the net of what's happening each and every month. So if you haven't been doing that and we're already in November, end of the year, then you know that going forward, this is something you need to do for your business each and every month. Something else you might be doing to see money disappearing, even though it's coming in, you're landing clients, is you're just waiting for your accountant to tell you what to do, to tell you what happened, instead of you seeing it in real time. Now, let's be real. As an accountant, oftentimes I'm not seeing my clients' transactions or actions until maybe a week later, a few weeks later, a month later. It depends what it is, right? I'm not seeing the full picture in real time when it happens. However, you are, as the owner of the business, generally you're going to know what's happening. And so instead of waiting for your accountant to tell you what happened, especially if it's something that's out of the ordinary and you know that, I think this is going to affect me, let me just give my accountant a heads up so that when you give your accountant the heads up and they're able to keep that in mind when it is time for them to reconcile your books, manage your books, and prepare for the monthly, then they can keep that in mind as to what happened. If there's any actions that are needed, maybe they need additional information to show support of that transaction, boom, they've got you. But if you don't tell them and it comes as a surprise to your accountant, then it makes sense that there's going to be something that is going to be off. So if you have an accountant, make sure you're using your accountant as a partner in your business. They're not the popos, they're not the cops, they're your partner, right? They're there to help you. And so really utilize them and look at it as a relationship that you want to build over time as your business grows. The relationship that you have with your accountant should grow as well. And something else that I noticed is that sometimes your receipts are everywhere. You have receipts in the inbox. You have invoices in the Stripe account. Maybe you're using PayPal as well, right? Money is just coming in all these different areas, and you're not keeping track of it. There's no single place that gives you the full picture, that gives you the full clarity. And so that needs to change. Again, generally, if you're working with an accountant, they're working that out for you. But if you're doing it on your own, there's no problem with that. But you want to make sure that you are putting everything together in one place, because when the question comes, how much did I make this past month? How much went out this past month? You should be able to have that answer within seconds. You're able to go pull up the spreadsheet and boom, because you've compiled the numbers. It's not just every which way. So that's huge. And when you don't know what your numbers are saying, what it means, how much came in, how much went out, then your business can feel like a hamster wheel. It's moving fast, but you're not going anywhere. And so we don't want that. We want you to know what's happening. Otherwise, it can feel like, oh my gosh, where is it going? I don't know. All right. So that's the first sign that your business needs a financial reset. And that's one that it's fairly easy for you to start incorporating today. Basically, start having a system where you are seeing everything within that one report. And that report is generally going to be your income and expense summary. The income shows summary of everything that's coming in, and then the expenses is everything that's going out in relation to the expenditures that you're paying for within the business. And then you can see that profit number at the bottom when you have all the income, subtract the expenses, and you see what remains. Now let's get into the second sign. The second sign that your business needs a financial reset is you're avoiding your numbers or you're delaying decisions. This is a huge one. I see it all the time, even with people who work with an accountant. I see it with my clients, and I understand that this could be a mindset issue of avoiding your numbers. It can even stem from childhood. It can stem from your spouse, your siblings, your parents, right? Maybe different habits or things that you learned through the years that are still attached to you that leads you to avoid your numbers or avoid making very pivotal decisions within your business. And I see this more in my women clients than my male clients because let's face it, money is an emotional aspect. And we women, we tend to be more emotional than men. And it's not a problem. In fact, I see it as a pro. Being able to relate to someone because you understand what they're going through emotionally, like that's huge. Relationships is what matters. And so it's definitely not a hindrance. However, you need to know that this is happening because once you're aware that this is something that you do, you can easily decide, okay, let me make a decision to stop avoiding and really do something different. And so if you're avoiding because you feel overwhelmed, you're doing it on your own, hey, maybe that's a sign that you're gonna finally invest in that bookkeeper that you've been thinking of hiring or that CPA that is more focused on tax planning, tax strategy that you feel like could be beneficial to you because your business is making so much money. You're overpaying your taxes, or at least you feel like you're overpaying your taxes, but you're not sure. So getting help would be something beneficial to help you stop avoiding your numbers, help you stop delaying making those decisions. Because getting overwhelmed, telling yourself, I'll come back to it later, that shouldn't fly anymore. Make a vow to yourself that in 2026, we're facing stuff. We're facing the things that make us feel overwhelmed. And let's think about this whole overwhelm. For me, overwhelm comes when I am not setting my boundaries, when I am saying yes to everything, and there's no time because I'm just doing the most. So saying no when you need to say no, not being caught up in people's problems when they're not making it a big deal, but you are. If they don't care, then why should you care more than them if it's their problem? And they're an adult. We're not talking about kids. We're adults. So sometimes you have to let go so that you can really just tune in to you, your needs, your business, what you have going on, because avoiding in the short term is really going to just lead to bigger problems in the long term. And that's something that you can decide, oh no, I'm doing it differently this time around. And also, there's a guilt factor that comes about when you avoid your numbers, especially around tax time. You're like, oh gosh, things feel sticky. Whew, you put it off, you file the extension when you don't even need the extension. And so, again, all these habits, one after the other, of the avoiding, the stress, the guilt, the shame, they're all related. They're all related. And by making one small decision to take one small action forward, that's literally the solution, is to take action, whatever that is. Maybe it's pulling up a bank account. Maybe it's making that appointment with that bookkeeper that you've been eyeing, but you just haven't reached out to, right? Something so small can really just shift your demeanor, your mindset for the better. That's huge. That's huge. Okay. And we know that when we avoid, it doesn't solve anything, right? It causes more confusion, it causes more stress, it multiplies the issue. And so, with avoiding, your energy is drained, even when you're not thinking about it. Maybe you can't even sleep because it's on your mind. Your body knows when you're avoiding something, and it shows up in some form or fashion. Again, whether it's sleepless nights, whether it's overeating, undereating, feeling drained, snapping at people, whatever it is, like all these things are related. So pay attention to yourself the next time you're feeling guilty or anxious, or like, think about it in relation to your money and to your finances, and really in the position of, are you really managing and keeping track of your money, following through with your accountant, keeping those appointments? Those little actions really, really goes a long way. Okay. Now let's get into the third sign. The third sign that you're ready for a financial reset this year, not next year, is you've outgrown your old habits. Yes. So what I mean by this is, think about like the same tools that you've used, your mindset, your money routines that got you here is not going to take you to that next level. Maybe having that spreadsheet when you got to your first six figures was all that you needed. But now here you are, 500,000 in, and it's like, okay, the spreadsheet is taking forever to keep track of each month, so many manual inputs. And it's like, maybe it's time for me to invest in a software that can take care of this pretty quickly. And not just that, but can manipulate reports in such a way to give you valuable information that you wouldn't be able to put together just using spreadsheets alone. Something like that. Your mindset. Maybe you've had a mindset that the more you save, the more money you'll have in your bank account. And maybe that held true when you were making your first 50K. However, now you're seeing that you're spending so much time in admin and doing manual inputs. And it's like, if I just spent the money on this automation, I will free up 5 hours a week. Imagine that 5 hours a week leads to two more clients that you have capacity for. And that two more clients is an extra $1,000. Think of it like that. So really take time to assess. And I do this each year. At the end of the year, I do my assessment. What worked? What didn't work? What challenges did I face? What could I have done differently to produce, if not the same results, but better at a faster rate? What are my prices? Like, have that time to really sit with yourself, look at your tools, look at your mindset, your beliefs, your routines and habits, your systems. Maybe there needs to be an upgrade. You won't know until you really sit down and assess what worked, what didn't work, what could be better, what stressed you out, what were your wins? How can you get more wins in the next year? That's going to be huge. And it's beautiful to take notice of where you started and where you are now. Maybe you weren't a solopreneur a year ago, 2 years ago. Now you formed your LLC. You've got double the clients. You now have a contractor that you pay that's helping you with your emails and your admin. Really pay attention and to see like, oh, wow, I'm doing the damn thing. I'm growing. Because oftentimes when we're in the day to day of work, our business, handling admin, handling client deliverables and things like that, we have our head down and we're not seeing that, oh my gosh, like I've actually come a long way. Here I am feeling stressed, but this time last year, I was at half the income, or it took me 60 hours a week to do this work, and now it's only 40 hours a week. So oftentimes we're really, really down on ourselves or negative. We see the glass half empty. And especially as entrepreneurs, we think more, more, more. But oftentimes we're doing amazing. And until we acknowledge how far we've come, we're just going to dig ourselves in the hole, and it's going to feel like stress is not going to be fun. And so the more you can have fun, you can acknowledge and see just how far you've come, what you've done over the last year, over the last few months. It will propel you forward. Be your own cheerleader. And I will say that a financial reset is not a bad thing. We all need it. Whether you're just starting your business, whether you're 5 years in, whether you're making your first 50K, whether you're making 5 million in your business, a financial reset each year is preparing you for having a successful year going forward, because you're reviewing what worked, what didn't work. What can I do more of? What do I need to change? What do I need to get rid of? Who do I need to hire? Like, these are CEO level questions. And if you're the owner of your business, you are the CEO. It's time to look at yourself that way. And by looking at yourself as CEO, you start to think like a CEO and do more CEO level things, like big picture things, versus dwelling on the small stuff that is not going to get you anywhere. So that's that. If you're ready to start fresh, if you're ready to finally feel calm, feel confident with your money, then I have something amazing for you. I have my live 8-week group program that is starting January of 2026. And right now you can join the wait list so that you'll be the first to know when doors open for this live 8-week experience. And with that, I will be guiding you to help you reset within your business. We'll talk about things like business formation. Is it time to start an LLC? When is it time to incorporate or to become an S corporation? At what revenue level? How to do it, when to do it, write-offs and tax credits and savings and boundaries. That's a big one. Having standards, knowing when to say no versus yes. We're going to talk mindset. We're going to do all of that within my 8-week live group container. It'll be business owners, whether you're new in your business, whether you've made your first million or your first 50K. It's for everyone, because what I've noticed, especially as a CPA working with business owners, is that no matter what revenue level they're at, what they have in common is a block around their money. There's some type of fear of feeling overwhelmed, avoiding the numbers. Was it like skipping out on responding to your accountant? I see it all the time. And again, it doesn't matter what revenue level you're at. If you know that, dang, Chika, like you're describing me, I do that and I don't want to do that anymore. I'm ready to change that in the new year, then go ahead, subscribe by joining the wait list. for my program, and you'll be the first to know. And just know that when you're secure, you don't chase peace, you build it. So, those are the three signs your business needs a financial reset now and not in the new year. Start now. If you're ready to start fresh, if you're ready to finally feel calm, have confidence and clarity around your money, then I have something amazing to offer you. I have my live 8-week group experience happening January of 2026. So what you'll want to do is join my waitlist. It's in the description box below. This is your chance to have me as your guide to really reset and to be able to understand, okay, where am I at currently with my business? Where do I want to be? What can I do to ensure that I am going in the right direction as it relates to my business formation? Is it time for me to be an LLC? When does it make sense to incorporate my business? And why should I do it? Am I maximizing my tax savings? Am I taking all the write-offs that I can get? Is this applicable to me or not? How do I set boundaries? Things like that. How do I plan ahead? These are just some of the questions and some of the things that we work with in my live group experience. And so go ahead and click the link below in the description box for more information and to get on the wait list. I'm so excited. My name is Chika, and that's it for today. Go ahead and like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.